If you already own a home, there's a good chance you're sitting on one of the most powerful financial tools in Canada, home equity. And most people either don't understand how it works or never use it strategically. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how homeowners use equity to buy a second property, whether that's a new primary residence, a rental, a duplex, or a small multi-unit. This isn't theory, this is how real people scale their real estate wealth every single year, including right here in Windsor and across Ontario. Home equity is simply the difference between what your home is worth and what you still owe on your mortgage. If your home is valued at $600,000 and your mortgage balance is $450,000, you have $150,000 in equity. That equity didn't just appear overnight. It started with your down payment and it grows over time through two different main forces: appreciation and principal paydown. As home values rise, your equity grows from the top, and every month you make a mortgage payment, a portion goes directly toward reducing your balance, which grows your equity from the bottom. Over time, those two forces compound, and that's why real estate remains one of the most effective long-term wealth builders in Canada. Your equity isn't just a guess, it's measured in real ways. The most common method is an appraisal, which gives a snapshot of your home's value in today's market. The other method is the open market itself. When you list a home and a buyer agrees to a price, that's real confirmation of value. While equity isn't cash sitting in your bank account, there are structured ways to access it. And when used correctly, it becomes leverage. The first option is a home equity line of credit, often called a HELOC. Instead of receiving the money all at once, you're approved for a maximum limit and draw from it only when needed. You only pay interest on the portion you use. Think of it like a secured line of credit attached to your home, flexible and powerful if used responsibly. The second method is a cash out refinance. This replaces your existing mortgage with a new larger one. The difference between your old balance and the new mortgage is paid out to you in cash. This keeps everything under one payment, but resets your mortgage structure, which can be a pro or a con depending on timing, rates, and penalties. The most common use of equity is upgrading your primary residence. A growing family outgrows a starter home, sells it, and uses the equity towards a larger place. That's the traditional path most people are familiar with. Where things get more interesting is when homeowners use equity to buy an investment property. This is how many first-time investors get started. Instead of saving cash for years, they tap into the equity they've already built and use it as down payment on a rental. That rental then produces income, builds its own equity, and becomes another long-term asset. Over time, this creates a pattern. One property helps you buy the next, and slowly your net worth grows across multiple properties instead of just one. And if you have a great team of professionals, the tax advantage can build compound wealth over time. Another strategic use of home equity is paying off high interest debt. Credit cards, personal loans, and even auto loans often carry interest rates far higher than mortgages. Consolidating that debt into a lower rate secured option can significantly reduce monthly expenses. This isn't about spending more, it's about restructuring smarter. Lower payments can improve cash flow, reduce stress, and free up money for saving or investing, as long as the underlying spending habits don't repeat. Borrowing against your home isn't risk-free. The more equity you pull out, the less margin you have. If property values decline, if the market drops and your balance is too high, selling can become difficult or even require cash out of pocket. There's also the reality of cash flow. Equity borrowing adds monthly payments. Even if everything looks comfortable today, life can change. Income can fluctuate. Expenses can rise. It's crucial to think 2 or 3 years ahead before committing to new debt. Equity is powerful, but only when used conservatively and intentionally. Here is one example using real numbers. Let's say you've owned your Windsor home for 5 years. It's worth $600,000 today, and you owe $350,000, giving you $250,000 in equity. If you decide not to sell and hold onto your asset and plan to rent it out, you find a new home for $700,000 and want to put 10% down. That's $70,000. Rather than selling, you take out a home equity line of credit for $70,000. The payment might be a few $100s per month, which is often offset by rental income from your original property. Because the equity provides your down payment, you're able to buy the new home without a sale contingency. You keep the original property, add a second one, and your rental income helps support the overall structure. We are seeing this happen more so today because home values have decreased slightly and homeowners are keeping their asset as an income stream and sell when values start to appreciate. So you buy low and you sell high. That's how homeowners turn one property into two without starting over. Home equity isn't just a number on paper. When used responsibly, it becomes a tool for growth, flexibility, and long-term wealth. But it's not something to rush into or copy blindly. Every situation is different, especially with today's rates, qualification rules, and market conditions in Ontario. If you understand how equity works, how lenders view it, and how the payments affect your future cash flow, you can make decisions that put you years ahead instead of locking you into stress. If this got you thinking about your own situation, that's the first step. Understanding the strategy always comes before using the leverage. This is Rasha Ingrata, Mortgage Agent Level 2 since 1999 with Mortgage Intelligence based out of Windsor, Ontario. Thanks for watching.